Buccaneers. Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go from Tampa. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. He'll get this to the 24, and it's second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. But he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Hamilton. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave. Embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They're going to look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Flushed out right. toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Got a man that's complete to Hamilton. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. It's Evans. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top role, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. They'll try and sneak it here, and they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak, no place to go.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
You can almost feel him thinking as he's running the football. Just one more block, anything to get me to the perimeter and around the corner. Couldn't quite get there. Ends up getting spilled for a loss.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Oh, my, that's a heck of a tackle right there on 3rd down because they had to swing it out to the back and hope that he could make a play. But let's face it, in order for him to be there and be in that position, in order to make that play, he had to read his keys and not be fooled. Excellent job in the open field.
He'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Buccaneers are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point time with 4, so nothing good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Throwing on first down. Thorpe. And he wisely will throw that one away. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
They'll get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And the box with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Looking to throw. Thorpe, and complete to Drake London. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow? In 2020, he was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
Now a play fake here on first down. Pass incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Let's go now.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Panther 16.
Operating from the gun. Thorpe. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. Not the one that starts throwing the football. He was 1 for 3, now 1 for 4 on the opening drive.
So getting him comfortable is the key. And for him, it might be different than what we think is comfortable. We're probably thinking swing passes, easy check downs. Some guys, they're better off throwing it downfield. That's what really loosens them up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and the Buccaneers will take over possession here up at the 34.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
They begin with a run by Fournette, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Knight. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Knight. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. On first down, Knight. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. So the false start will back them up 5.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's third and goal. Back to throw. Thorpe. And they try to set up the screen, but that almost disaster as it falls incomplete. Very nearly a turnover, but it's fourth down. Knocks this one through the post. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
23 yards, the final tally.
Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
They'll look to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure right.
That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. McPherson's kick is good.
And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
Well, from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you got the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that. But I think that they were right about this one.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the bootleg, Thorpe steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 31-yard line. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that'll bring them back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that's certain.
Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked up by Levante David. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now back to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. Down inside the 10. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play that time on the catch and run. 31 yards. They'll go with the keeper, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. A great play there, making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Buccaneers take the first turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This offense returning out there, and really you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. Slot man moves right. On second down now, it's Knight, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. On third down, Thorpe. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Buccaneers will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Troy Anderson, the man on the tackle. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But the Falcons weren't able to recover, so they will keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
18 Cardinals. Cowboy 80.
Off the bootleg. Thorpe on the move to his left. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And that play just left a little helter-skelter from the start. But that's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage yardage, breaking down the defense, but you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you heard.
50 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Bucs are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The big loss on first down leads to a tricky second down. 18 yards to go.
50 Vikings, 50 Vikings.
Looking to throw. Thorpe. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
To throw on third down. Thorpe. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, Thorpe out to his left. And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing the colleges deliver to the NFL.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, break. Moving 19.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
58 yards rushing for him now to this point. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. A nice throw there. We've seen a lot of those from this young man. How would you assess, Charles, his first start thus far?
I think it's been everything that they could have asked for because he's handled all the basic things quite well. And even some of the wrinkles that have been thrown at him, he's shown a lot of poise throughout and made some nice plays.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. This will go as an 11-yard loss there on first and goal.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. 2nd and 14. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on first and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Leonard Fournette, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Bucs are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. 18 yards the gain for number 18. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Knight. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. To throw on 2nd down. Thorpe got London on the slant. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route tackle inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 55 yards. And the Falcons are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well.
the defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And this offense on third down today, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That one into the hands of Hamilton. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. We're ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Free. The 20, 10, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So how about that? You drafted him in the 1st round back in April, hoping he'll make some plays for you. And now look at this.
Dollar. Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles.